Robert Gagne's 9 Events of Instruction. Organization is the hallmark of effective instructional materials. Robert Gagne. 1916 present. Presenter: Rhonda Critchlow. Rhonda Critchlow. Fall 2004, Human Cognition and Learning. Gagne's theoretical background. Robert Gagne is best known for his learning outcomes, learning conditions, and his 9 events of instruction. Gagne's theories have been applied to the design of instruction in several domains beyond the educational realm, such as the military, instructional systems development, flying, troubleshooting, leadership, medical care, and engineering. Gagne's theory should be classified as instructional theory as opposed to a learning theory. A learning theory consists of a set of propositions and constructs that account for how changes in human performance abilities come about. On the other hand, an instructional theory seeks to describe the conditions under which one can intentionally arrange for the learning of specific performance outcomes. Driscoll, 2000. Rhonda Critchlow. Fall 2004, Human Cognition and Learning. Gagne's theoretical orientation. Gagne's instructional theory tends to side with behavioristic principles, teacher-centered approach, because he focuses on outcomes/behaviors that result from instruction. Further, he believes that the results of learning are measurable through testing, and that drill, practice, and immediate feedback are effective. Gagne's theories became influenced by cognitive theorists. He proposed that the information processing model of learning could be combined with behaviorist concepts to provide a more complete view of learning tasks. Melinda, 2002. Gagne, 1997. These cognitive theories propose that stimulation encountered by the learner is transformed or processed in a number of ways, i.e., through commitment to short-term memory, conversion to long-term memory, and the retention and retrieval of that information, by internal structures during the period in which the changes identified as learning takes place. Campos, 1999. Gagne's theoretical orientation, counted. In his view, effective instruction must reach beyond traditional learning theories, behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism, and provide support to transition from simple to complex skills, thus using an hierarchical model for learning. Overview of Gagne's theories. Gagne's taxonomy of learning states that there are 5 major categories of learning outcomes: verbal information, intellectual skills, cognitive strategies, motor skills, and attitudes. The 5 subcategories of intellectual skills are hierarchical in nature, low-level skills to high-level skills. Gagne's hierarchy of intellectual skills follows programmed instruction since one skill must be learned before another can be mastered. Overview of Gagne's theories, counted. Verbal information, reciting something from memory. Intellectual skills. Discrimination, recognizing that 2 classes of things differ. Concrete concept, classifying things by their physical features alone. Defined concept, classifying things by their abstract, and possibly physical, features. Rule, applying a simple procedure to solve a problem or accomplish a task. Higher order rule, applying a complex procedure, or multiple simple procedures, to solve a problem or accomplish a task. Cognitive strategies, inventing or selecting a particular mental process to solve a problem or accomplish a task. Attitudes, choosing to behave in a way that reflects a newly acquired value or belief. Motor skills, performing a physical task to some specified standard. Overview of Gagne's theories, counted. Gagne's theory says that learning hierarchies can be constructed by working backwards from the final learning objective. So, the key question to keep in mind when developing a learning hierarchy is: what are the intellectual skills one needs to have mastered in order to learn the new objectives? The significance of this hierarchy is to identify prerequisites that should occur to facilitate learning at each level and to provide the basis for the sequencing of instruction. http://www.educationnow.edu.o/archives/cp/04d.htm. Overview of Gagne's theories, counted. Gagne developed ideas known as conditions of learning, whereby he claimed that there are several different types or levels of learning. Therefore, he posits that each different type of learning requires different types of instruction. Different internal and external conditions are necessary for each type of learning. The external conditions are the things that the teacher arranges during instruction, while internal conditions are skills and capabilities that the learner has already mastered. Driscoll, 2000. For example, for cognitive strategies to be learned, there must be a chance to practice developing new solutions to problems. To learn new attitudes, the learner must be exposed to a credible role model or persuasive arguments. http://www.educationnow.edu.o/archives/cp/04d.htm. The 9 events of instruction. When the events of instruction occur, internal learning processes take place that lead to various learning outcomes. Campos, 1999. The events of instruction constitute a set of communications to the student, which have the aim of aiding the learning process. Instruction consists of a set of events external to the learner designed to support the internal processes of learning. Gagne, Briggs, and Wager, 1988. This theory outlines 9 instructional events and their corresponding processes. The 9 events of instruction. Event of instruction. 1. Gaining attention. Giving learner a stimulus to ensure reception of coming instruction. 2. Informing the learner of the objective. Telling learner what they will be able to do for the instruction. 3. Stimulating recall of prior learning. Asking for recall of existing relevant knowledge. 4. Presenting the stimulus. Displaying the content. 5. Providing learner guidance. Supplying organization and relevance to enhance understanding. Learning process. Attention. Expectancy. Retrieval to working memory. Pattern recognition, selective perception. Chunking, rehearsal, encoding. The 9 events of instruction, counted. 6. Eliciting performance. Asking learners to respond, demonstrating learning. 7. Providing feedback. Giving immediate feedback on learners' performance. 8. Assessing performance. Providing feedback to learners' more performance for reinforcement. 9. Enhancing retention and transfer. Providing diverse practice to generalize the capability. Learning process. Retrieval, responding. Reinforcement, error correction. Responding, retention. Retention, retrieval, generalization. The 9 events of instruction, counted. Keep in mind that the exact form of these events is not something that can be specified in general for all lessons, but rather must be decided for each learning objective. The events of instruction must be deliberately arranged by the teacher to support learning processes. Gagne, Briggs, and Wager, 1988.